Hi there, my name's Sam. Welcome to my training vlog. I am a U.S. Navy Senior Chief and a powerlifter, and I am now 2 weeks in to a 6-week cut with RP. Okay, so where am I at this week? This is the end of week 2. It's Sunday today. The last video I recorded was on a Sunday. It didn't get posted on a Sunday. I'm going to try to get better at that. We're on Sunday at the end of week 2. I am down an additional pound as of my last weigh-in day, which was Friday. So last week, week 1, I dropped about 2 pounds by the end of the week. And then this week I started at 172 and change, and I ended on my last weigh-in day at 171.5 for a total of 3 pounds down so far in 2 weeks. That's great. My adherence to the diet has been good. Last week I had 2 days where I was significantly over calories for having cheat treats. They weren't even full meals, they were just like treats that threw off the whole days on those days. This week I had 1 major cheat day and 1 day where I was slightly over my carbs, but otherwise I stuck to my diet, I stuck to the plan. I was on par every day except for the planned cheat day, which we'll talk about. I had a great time. I have no regrets. But we'll see how that affects me this weekend and coming into my weigh-in on Monday. So for now, the end of 2 weeks, I'm sitting at 3 pounds of loss. Hopefully we keep it going. This is doing okay so far. The other thing I've been doing good at is water. This is 2 weeks now, 14 days that I've had a gallon of water every day. Again, my only slip up was my big cheat day on Friday. So on Friday, I went to the fair. I had a great time at the fair. I ate all of the things. I drank a decent amount, but I did not hit my gallon of water. So I had a half a gallon of water for Friday, and then on Saturday I made up for it. So I had a gallon and a half to make up for what I dehydrated or what I didn't get on Friday, which is not really how it works, but to keep at the pace, that's what I did to catch up. So 14 days, 14 gallons of water. Probably 10 out of 14 days perfect to the diet so far. Things are going really well. I'm really proud of myself for getting this far and being and adhering to what was prescribed to me by the RP diet. As far as only losing 1 pound versus like 2 pounds last week, I think 1 pound was like really good. And I'm on a deload in training, and if you don't know what that is, a deload is when you take 1 week off of your training block to kind of cut the amount of work or cut the weight that you're doing and give your body some time to recover. So I'm using Juggernaut training systems, and in Juggernaut pretty much every 4th week we have a deload scheduled. So I had my deload this week, so the weights were light. I reduced some of my cardio. My output was probably not as much as what I did last week. I did incorporate 2 sessions of Orange Theory this week. I've never been to Orange Theory before. Monday was my first time ever, and Saturday was my second trip. It was good. I got to do a little bit of running, a little bit of rowing. Both of those things are cardio options for the U.S. Navy PRT. So I would strongly advise anybody out there, if you're looking for a way to get back into running or introduce yourself to the rowing machine or do a little bit of both, Orange Theory is a great place for that. There was a tiny bit of strength stuff. It was a fun environment, great music, fully guided. Great way to get some extra cardio in. So I did not do any bike sessions this week, but I did do Orange Theory, and I do think I plan on continuing to incorporate Orange Theory. But next week when I'm not on a deload, it'll be Orange Theory as well as my normal like bike sessions added into my leg days. So next week, my cardio output, what I'm trying to get at, my cardio output should be higher, and we'll see if I drop 1 or maybe more than 1 pound next week, if at all. We'll see. The fair, I went pretty ham at the fair. I had a great time. I enjoyed all the foods. I did not hold back, and I think that's part of for me personally, it's part of finding success in a diet is being able to take a breather when it's appropriate to take a breather. So week 1, those 2 treats that sent me over, I would say those I could have probably done without those for sure. Maybe found some kind of protein chocolate or something, or protein sweet that I could have done instead. But this week, this was planned, and all week I was looking forward to this one day, and when I got there, we had a great time. I did not overstuff myself. I just ate some of the things that were good, and then today and yesterday, Saturday and Sunday after the fair, went back to the diet, back to life as planned. Carbs, protein, fat, and fiber are the things that I track. We went back to track, and I did see a weight gain on Saturday. It hasn't come quite back down as of this morning. Probably won't as of tomorrow morning either, so my Monday weigh-in will probably be a little high, but honestly, I have no regrets, and I feel okay. And I actually have my next planned cheat day. It won't be as extreme, but my next planned diversion will be Thursday. I'm going to go to the movie theater. I'm going to enjoy some of my favorite movie theater snacks. I'm not going to overdo it, but I have this thing planned into my diet, and I'm thinking that being able to see this reward is going to ultimately help me adhere better during the days leading up to that moment. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, wish me luck that my weights don't go crazy. I don't think this week will be as bad as the fair cost to my diet, so we'll see. Okay, so before the fair on Friday was when I did my last weigh-in. I was at 171 in the morning. I decided to get a DEXA scan. I think that DEXA scans are an extremely useful tool to measure what is really happening with your body over a period of loss and gain, or even like year to year. So I've been getting them maybe once a year for the last 3 or so years, with the exception of 2021. I thought I did one in 2021. Apparently I did not. So I went and got one on Friday before the fair, having had a great weigh-in that morning. That's why we didn't do this on Saturday, because I gained weight. Anyway, turns out the last time I got one was 2020. So the results from this, I was actually really happy. The last one that I got in 2020, I was a pound or 2 pounds heavier, but my body fat percentage overall was lower, and I'd gained muscle. So it's really strange, and I'm gonna put up some screenshots basically to show you things that changed for me. It just goes to show that, you know, even though I'm not necessarily happy with my weight right now, and I've explained that, you know, I've been yo-yoing, I've been on this horrible roller coaster over the last couple of years. My bone density went up, my muscle mass in my legs and arms went up, and the muscle to fat ratio, basically my body fat percentage according to them, it actually went down. So that's crazy to me. I've actually put on muscle and decreased the ratio of fat to muscle, and I'm so happy about that. I'm so happy about that. As I said, I've been with RP since January 2021. It's been a roller coaster. It's been an up and down ride. Last year, I did get down to a weight that I wanted to be for competition. I wasn't able to hold on to it, but throughout this whole thing, I have increased protein. I have found some sort of livability or meals that I can go to easily, and the payoff is in this scan. I took this scan to do like a starting point, all right? Sometimes online or like websites like Groupon, you can get like 2 scans for the price of 1 or something like that. I did buy a 2 scan pack so that I could scan myself now towards the beginning, and then scan myself later in the fall, when I sign up for a competition, so that I could really see what I have or have not accomplished in a matter of weeks, right? Or in a matter of the period of the cut. But I was so shocked to get a good result, basically. Like, yes, I'm heavier, but it's good compared to where I was at in 2020. It's wild. It's freaking wild. So I competed in January or February of 2020, and then I went on deployment, gained a bunch of freaking weight, came back, I was all upset. I did my scan. My scan that year was compared to 2019, and it was horrible. Compared to where I was at in 2019, prior to our full deployment cycle, it was a really bad scan. It was really upsetting. But now, having done this roller coaster ride, but still taking protein, still training, still doing the powerlifting, now I have some results that I'm not that upset about. I'm actually really happy. I still need to reduce my body fat percentage. I still, one thing that happened is that my visceral fat is still up. It's up from 2020, and it's way up from my base scan, which was 2019. So visceral fat is something I will have to find a way to work on more specifically, but everything else, I'm actually really happy with what happened with the scan. If you've ever thought about getting one done, something like this, it fully goes into imbalances that you might have in your arms, imbalances in your legs, your muscle versus fat ratio in the arms and legs, muscle versus fat in the different regions of your body. So like your upper body, your abdomen and hips, and then your legs, your glutes and everything like that. Anyway, I have my base for this cycle established now, and I can see where I go by the end of this cycle. But I was just so shocked by my results compared to 2020. I was just mind blown, man. Like, geez, I didn't expect something so pleasant, and it was really pleasant. So hopefully in 6 weeks we see something that's even more pleasant and just off the charts. I don't know about off the charts, but something good. Okay, I've been working out like 5 days a week the last couple weeks, and I plan on keeping it up because I'm on vacation, so why not? This is the best time. Work is not a factor. Life is not too much of a factor. I'm going to try to do as much as I can to get myself right. The one thing I did not do this week was measure myself. My bad. And I really should have Friday morning. I think I thought about it, but I was so distracted by my DEXA appointment that I didn't measure myself. So really Friday morning was when I should have measured myself, and now my weight is slightly off because of the fair and pigging out. So maybe by Wednesday or Friday next week I can have a measurement that's actually comparable to week 1, and we'll see if we're making any progress in that direction. Okay, so that's it for this check-in. I want to try to keep these videos around the 10-minute mark, if not a little bit shorter if possible. I'm going to find a topic that I want to talk about every video, and we'll see how this goes. Keep following along to see if I make it through the 6-week cut, and if I do something good with the weight. Please, 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 please. We'll see. See ya.